want to welcome you to the December 17th episode of Laid Back History's 2024 Advent Calendar. Let's see what we're talking about today. On July 6, 1832, Thomas McKean Thompson McKennan, a graduate of Washington College, a citizen of Washington, Pennsylvania, and our representative from the 21st District, addressed the 22nd Congress. His speech was on behalf of the National Road. He implored them to not let it go into decline. He spoke of the value of this national landmark to the nation's people and to its government. His impassioned speech asked them to not let this landmark, this important road, to fade into obscurity. This road, Mr. Speaker, is a magnificent one. Magnificent in extent. It traverses 7 different states of this union, and its whole distance will cover an extent of near 800 miles. Magnificent in the difficulties overcome by the wealth of a nation, and in the benefits and advantages and blessings which it diffuses, east and west, far and wide, through the whole country. It is, sir, a splendid monument of national wealth and national greatness, and of the deep interest felt by the government in the wealth and prosperity and the happiness of the people. It is not, sir, like the stupendous monuments of other countries and of other times, which have been erected merely for the purpose of a show and of gratifying the pride of some despotic monarch. But this and all similar national improvements are works of utility. They tend to cement the bonds of union. They bring together the distant parts of this exalted republic. They diffuse wealth and happiness among the free people, and will be a source of never-failing prosperity to millions yet unborn. It is, sir, a great commercial, military, mail, national work. To give the House or those of its members who are unacquainted with the fact some idea of the immense commercial advantages which the eastern as well as the western country has derived from the construction of this road, let me call their attention to the amount of merchandise transported to the Ohio River in a single year after its completion. And here, sir, I avail myself of an estimate made by an honorable member of the other house when he strongly urged the propriety and importance of the extension of the road through the state of Ohio. In the year 1822, shortly after the completion of the road, a single house in the town of Wheeling uploaded 1,081 wagons, averaging about 3,500 pounds each, and paid for the carriage of goods $90,000. At that time, there were 5 other commission houses in the same place, and estimating that each of them received 2/3 the amounts of the goods consigned to the other, there must have been nearly 5,000 wagons unloaded and nearly 400,000 paid as the cost of transportation. But further, it is estimated that at least every 10th wagon passed through that place into the interior of Ohio, Indiana, etc., which would considerably swell the amount. These wagons take their return loads and carry to the eastern markets all the various articles of production and manufacture of the West, their flour, whiskey, hemp, tobacco, bacon, and wool. Since this estimate was made, the town of Wheeling is greatly enlarged. Its population has nearly doubled. The number of its commercial establishments has greatly increased, and the demand for merchandise in the West has increased with the wealth and improvement and prosperity of the country. But further, sir, before the completion of this road, from 4 to 6 weeks were usually occupied in the transportation of goods from Baltimore to the Ohio River, and the price varied from $6,000 to $10,000 per pound. Now they can be carried in less than half the time and at 1/2 the cost, and arrangements are making by some enterprising gentlemen of the West to have the speed of transportation still increased and the price of carriage diminished. Equally important are the benefits derived by the government and the people from the rapid, regular, and safe transportation of the mail on this road. Before its completion, 8 or more days were occupied in the transporting of the mail from Baltimore to Wheeling. It was then carried on horseback and did not reach the western country by this route more than once a week. Now it is carried in the comfortable stages, protected from the inclemency of the weather, in 48 hours, and no less than 28 mails weekly and regularly pass and repass each other on this road. The facilities afforded by such a road in time of war for the transportation of munitions of war and the means of defense from one point of the country to another need scarcely be noticed. They must be palpable and plain to every reflecting mind, and I will not take up the time of the House in detailing them. As I said before, the road traverses 7 different states of this Union, and in its whole extent will cover a distance of near 800 miles. Who then can doubt its nationality? Who can question the allegation that it is an immensely important national work? Who can reconcile it to his conscience and his constituents to permit it to go to destruction?